Well, we're doing question 6 on worksheet 4C. And question 6 says, suppose you're 27 years old now and you'd like to retire at age 55, so that's 28 years ahead. Furthermore, you would like to have a retirement fund from which you can draw an income of $72,000 a year forever. So the question is, how much do we have to have in this account in order to get that kind of interest every year? Well, let's read on. You plan to reach this goal by making monthly deposits into an investment plan. How much do you need to deposit each month? Assume that an APR of 5 or 4.5%, both as you pay into the retirement fund and when you collect from it later. Well, the first thing to do is we know that the amount in the fund is going to be A, and 4.5% of that will have to be $72,000 because we're going to get 4.5% on that money every year, and we get a check for $72,000. Or anyhow, so solving for A, a little algebra, we just divide both sides by 0.045, and so the amount we need is $1,600,000 in this account. And so our payment is going to be, remember on a previous problems we solved for payment, and that's going to be the amount times the APR over N. Things are occurring monthly, and divided by, in parentheses, 1 plus APR over N, raised to the NY. Well, N is 12, Y is 28, and so NY, the product of those two, is 336 minus 1. And when we compute this, it turns out that we need to be putting away $2,383.67, a payment like that every month. And at the end of 28 years, we're going to have this $1,600,000. And we'll get an annual return on that money without doing any damage to the principal of $72,000 a year. So let's do number 7. And number 7 says, consider an investment that grows from an original principal to a later accumulated balance. Use words to define the total return on the investment. There's a typo there. So total return is the relative change in investment value. That's total return, relative change in investment value. We've done that. Percent change, we don't have a percent symbol here, so it's just going to be the relative change in decimal form, and there's the formula. So annual return, on the other hand, the annual return is the APY, annual percentage yield that would give the same overall growth. So annual return equals the amount over the principal raised to 1 over the number of years minus 1. And when we apply the values given, 25,000 over 6,000, and carry out the rest of the work, turns out there was a loss. Because you started with $6,000, you wound up with $2,500, so there's a loss. And so the annual return was negative 0.1358, or negative 13.6%. And we're done.